This is the story of Lin Ling, a young graphic designer who works for an advertising agency, where he's in charge of making videos, mainly about the renowned hero Nice, who is currently on the rise. This guy was passionate about heroes, and every 2 years in this world, a kind of hero tournament is held, which determines their trust value. In this world, trust is collected as data, and a hero's ranking changes based on that value. The hero with the highest ranking is known as Hero X. Excited, Lin presents his proposal to his boss. The concept basically stated that any average person could become Hero X. The boss, furious, reminds him that the ad should only focus on Nice. He continues giving him a real scolding for including lines like "everyone creates heroes" and "everyone is a hero." Lin wonders, what's wrong with that? After all, his boss had previously advised him to use popular trends. And since the hero tournament was happening that year, he believed the ad would work. In fact, he even chose him be the Hero Xen as the final catchphrase. This only angers the boss even more, who then offers some constructive criticism and kindly reminds Lin that he lacks heroic abilities, and that no one would believe in him. So hard work should be his only path forward. The boss then receives a call. It's Miss J, the manager or something like that of Nice. During the call, the boss finds out that Lin had already sent the ad proposal to the client before it was reviewed. Because of this, he is immediately fired. At the top of the building, a disheartened Lin realizes how hard it is for an average person to become a hero in this society. To top it all off, right in front of him, one of the many ads he had made featuring Moon and Nice appears. The ad shows Moon urging everyone not to lose faith, even when everything seems to be going wrong. Never give up. Side note, Lin Ling was a simp for Moon. The Nice ads keep tormenting Lin, and he ends up cursing out the hero, who, to his surprise, appears right in front of him. The hero lands on the rooftop, does his iconic pose, and then jumps into the void, leaving the server of life. Miss J and her lackeys arrive at the scene and detain Lin, the only witness to Nice's death. While interrogating him, Miss J cancels all of the hero's scheduled activities. While she takes a phone call, Lin starts screaming. To shut him up, she throws a bucket of paint at him. And that's when she realizes Lin looks a lot like Nice, so they give him a makeover. Officially, the person who jumped off the building after being fired was Lin Ling. 1 week after the incident, Lin Ling makes his debut as Nice. He's worried because he believes he doesn't have what it takes to be a real hero. Miss J tells him to cut the crap, reminding him of the power of trust, which shapes and transforms the world. Since Nice had many followers, their faith would give him strength. And so Lin Ling begins his new life as Nice, a hero he had always admired. We see how the accumulated trust from people's faith enhances a person's attributes. Jay tells Lin that they'll give him a package that will boost his trust value, which will cause physical changes in his body. Eventually, Lin Ling's physical features become identical to the original Nice. At that moment, Miss J reminds Lin that Nice has a girlfriend, none other than Moon, the celebrity he had always simped for, and who had helped him through tough times. Our protagonist is terrified. Moon might realize he's an imposter. They don't exchange a single word when they're introduced on a TV show called Untrue Love Recipe, hosted by Miss Laura and Leiter, hero number 249. He had managed to get rid of the original host, who would have asked pre-approved questions to the couple. But with Leiter in charge, Lin wonders if he already knows his true identity and plans to expose him live. To everyone's surprise, Lin Ling manages to correctly answer all of Leiter's questions about Moon. But the final question was whether Moon was really his girlfriend. Lin had to answer from the heart, or the lie detector would expose him. Without thinking too much, he confesses, "She's not his girlfriend, she's his goddess." The crowd goes wild. "Tut's my hero," they shout. But Leiter refuses to lose. "Bring out the scumbag," he yells. Lin Ling's ex-boss appears, having acquired powers from people's fear using some kind of fear value amplifier or something like that. The animation, already stunning, hits a whole new level here. This battle is a gem, combining 2D and 3D with an amazing soundtrack. Lin Ling uses every move he knows from Nice, but can't defeat his former boss. However, thanks to Moon, his faith in himself as a hero grows, allowing him to finally defeat the old man. As a result, Nice's trust skyrockets. At first, Lin Ling thought he was just taking on the role of Nice, but he realizes he's truly become him, with everything that entails, the responsibilities and the pressure. Miss J then decides that Lin can now move into his new home, the Tower of Heroes. For the first time, Lin asks her why she thinks Nice left the server. She replies, "In was his choice. One day you'll have to face the same choices he did," and she leaves him alone in his new home. Lin Ling is in for a surprise when he sees the stunning Moon lying in his bed. He teases a hug but instead just tucks her in. But the surprise doesn't end there. Looking closer, he realizes Moon's face is covered in blood, leaving us in suspense about what's to come. This episode gives us a very The Boys-like premise, focusing on a society of imperfect heroes and the dark corporate structures behind them, showing us that everything heroic might have been a lie. For me, this is the surprise hit of the season, and we'll be watching to see how it develops. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll be reading. Your opinion means a lot to me. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!